How's it going, everyone? It's Marshall. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, guess what? I've got an update for you on the SE-02. The pre-order I placed through Sweetwater, I've got confirmation that it has shipped. My sales rep called me today and advised me that it's in the mail. Yes! So I'm super excited for this. It should be here on Tuesday the 12th. And I can't wait to start tearing into that thing, start making some demo videos, and I'll be doing a comparison video between it and the MiniMoog Model D reissue, which is right over here, and that'll be a lot of fun. So also when I receive the Behringer D, which I also have pre-ordered, I'll be doing all three of those kind of compared to each other kind of thing. I know there's a lot of interest, especially between the Behringer D and the MiniMoog Model D reissue, so that'll be a lot of fun. Can't wait to do that. So if you're interested in that, consider subscribing to the channel. That would be great. You know, if not, you know, I guess maybe you'll find it in the search box later on. But yeah, so also in Roland news, see here, tomorrow is 909 day, and Roland has been doing the Future Redefined campaign the last couple of years. So last year on 909 day, they released the TR09 and the TB03, which in my opinion are fantastic for the boutique style form factor. So this year it looks like they've got something planned for the D50. You can see it's the 30th anniversary, and it's 99 experience the D50 coming soon. Very ominous and very general, and you can't click on anything for more information. So I'm excited. I can't wait to see what they do tomorrow for this. The D50 is a cool synthesizer. It kicked the piss out of the DX7, which makes me happy. So anyways, oh yeah, that whole thing. Anyways, so the D50, you know, we can speculate on what's going on here. What are they going to do? My suspicion is that they'll probably do something kind of similar with what they did with the SH-01, because in the Roland Cloud there is an SH-101 plug out, or a VST. And then here we are. They did on 808 day, they released the TR08 boutique style drum machine and the SH-01A. So my guess is that they're probably going to release a D50 boutique, which, you know, I don't know how you can do that and do it well. Be very interesting if that's what they do. I mean, I don't know for sure. We'll find out. But I would hope that they would give this thing a proper reissue and do a full-size synth with a proper control interface. But I guess you could call that a JD800. Although, you know, I don't know. So with the D50, in order to get one programmed well, you really needed the PG-1000, which was a controller interface that you would hook up to your D50, and it would give you access to more of the more aspects of the synth engine, etc., to program it easier than having to do a bunch of menu diving in a little tiny screen. So if they do a reissue of the D50, well, how are you going to control it? Unless it's accompanied with some kind of editor that emulates the PG-1000, or possibly a second piece of hardware. Ugh, that just sounds awful if they did that. If you're gonna reissue the D50, how about an update to the control surface, please? The D50 is awesome, though. I love the D50. I owned one for a while, and also Roland has attempted to emulate the D50 in the past with the V-Synth. The V-Synth, the original V-Synth, I owned one back in 2006 or 2007, and it was one of the first synthesizers I bought. In fact, it might have been the third or fourth one that I bought, along with a couple of Nord synths. But you could purchase an expansion card. It was a D50 expansion card, and you plug it into the V-Synth, and it had all the factory patches of the D50. But unfortunately, it was not the best emulation, and I have a suspicion that was due to sample rates and things like that. Like the D50 was released in 1987, and you know, processing power in a machine like a synthesizer back then was limited. So you probably had real low PCM sample rates on there. So and that adds to the character. And I think what they did with the V-Synth was they used the same samples, but they were higher sample rate, so it didn't sound right. That's my guess, anyways. I don't know for sure. So, but with the Roland Cloud service, there's also there's a D50 plugin, and it's really well done. It sounds fantastic. It's got really easy to access program features, so we can actually program the synth a lot easier, almost like a PG-1000 in a couple areas. I'll probably do a video on some of those here soon. But my only complaint with the plugin is that it has a weird bug where if you switch patches while you're playing MIDI notes, or if a patch is still kind of playing, it will not load the next patch sometimes, and it screws everything up, and it's just, yeah, it's got some bugs. But it sounds great. It sounds really great, and I'd be interested in whatever Roland comes out with here. My only concern again is that if they're gonna reissue the D50, let's give it what it deserves, and that's a full synth. That's just my opinion, but we'll see what they do. I'm still interested. They've got my ears perked on this for sure, because the D50 is awesome. It kicked the shit out of the DX7, so yeah. I actually saw a video, I think it was the ADSR guys they were doing like some hardware, I can't remember what they have, a little series where they talk about older synths and some hardware, and you know how it was cool back in the day, etc. And they did one on the D50, and they were talking about how the ad campaigns at the time were telling everyone to get rid of all your analog gear and just use the D50 and the Roland digital products. And I bet you people, just anyone who did that, probably kicking themselves now. As awesome as the D50 is, I mean, there's still no substitute for analog synthesis, in my opinion. At least not yet. You know, Roland's pretty close with the ACB technology, but there's still something in the warmth of the analog that's just not able to be emulated yet. I think we'll get there, but not yet. So yeah, that's exciting. Let me know what you guys think about this. What do you think Roland's going to do in terms of the D50 here? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think a boutique would be cool? Or are you more into a full reissue like I'm kind of hoping for, which I doubt we'll get, but we'll see. We'll see. Fingers are crossed, though. So that's about it. I'm going to be out of town for a couple days here on the East Coast, so doing some work stuff. But when I get back, I will start working on a demo video of the SE-02 because I'll have it next week. And so if you're interested in checking that out, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell icon to get notifications. I do live streams every Sunday, or usually every Sunday. Every now and then I have to skip one. Like this weekend, I can't do one because I'm going to be in Rhode Island. I'll be hanging out with the Griffins. Yeah, Peter and Meg and Chris. And their weird neighbor, Quagmire. I'm just kidding. No, but I will be on the East Coast, and when I come back, we'll get right on that. So anyways, yep, that's all I got here for you today. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. Please like the video if you like it, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.